2023 by the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu. At a point, some of Obi's accusers asked him to leave the country, as according to them, his absence would relieve the mounting pressure on the polity. And when he eventually did, stories began to emerge about how he ran into trouble with UK authorities over the current status of his international passport. We're now being joined by Nana Kazaure, a spokesperson of the Labour Party, for us to find out from her what exactly led to the unpleasant experience of Peter Obi in the United Kingdom, and what political fallout, if there ever was, has ensued from it. Good morning, Nana. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Oji. Good morning, Shaitan. Good morning, Nigerians. Thank you for having me.
Thank you indeed.
For being here.
All right, so let's go straight into it. What are the issues? Is Peter Obi, the candidate of your party during the presidential election, being hounded by the federal government of Nigeria? And could you tell us in precise terms what actually happened to him at the London airport when he was interrogated, and as we heard, when he was detained? Is he out now? Is he back in Nigeria? And what was his offense?
Okay, to shed any light, as far as we know, those questions, you should be asking the Nigerian government that question. They're the ones that have the answers to why his international passport, if at all, could have been cloned. They're the ones that have the information and the national identity card processing that even happened. So who has access to our database in our passport offices, in the national database? Who has access, if not the Nigerian government? Because it's very strange to Nigerians to wake up in the morning and hear that His Excellency Peter Obi's identity has been cloned. So that is, for lack of a better word, that is a huge omission on our security. Who is able to breach Nigeria's security in such a manner? Those are the questions that we are asking, because, like you pointed out in your introduction, it's seemingly as if at every point in time, everything is being thrown at us, including the kitchen sink, and we're wondering why. Just because we have come on board as a force to reckon with, just because we have come on board and we have come to change the political discourse in Nigeria, just because we have come on board, we ask questions. You say we should go to court, we are in court. I don't understand why we are being hounded on a daily basis. I don't understand why it would seem as if the government and the spokespersons that even represent this party, the APC, just seem to think it's okay. You know, their spokespersons come out and all they do is ram, hit, throw everything that they have, and most of the things that they say are quite preposterous when you look at it. When you listen to, even on Arise recently, I talked about Mr. Festus Keyamo and his utterances and how they've been asking for our arrest. Nigeria is a country governed by law. We have rules that govern us. If anybody has breached those rules, then they in themselves can also go to court. Why not toe the line of restraint the same way our presidential candidate has done? Why not toe that line?
Well, all right. So Peter Obi has denied rumors or even media speculations that he was issued a letter of apology by the British government in connection with his detention at Heathrow. Now, where do you think those rumors emanated from? And what is Mr. Peter Obi's stance right now as it is regards to receiving a letter of apology over the detention incident, or has he moved on from it? Secondly, there was a fake picture that was shared by members of the opposition showing the chairman of Nigerians in the diaspora, Abike Dabiri, superimposed with Peter Obi. She appeared to be, liaising with an immigration officer. Now, how would you describe that scenario?
I describe it as I wonder if the APC understand how important whatever role it is that they believe they're supposed to be taking on. I don't think they've fully understood the import of what it is that they're supposed to do. Why not celebrate your selective win if you would like to? That's how I see it. Why not celebrate those wins? Why are you attacking? And I'm very glad that you mentioned a superimposed meme that kept going on around those photos of Abike Dabiri with Peter Obi. Why go so far to tell lies and foment trouble when there is none? Foment trouble with people who aren't making trouble with you. What we are just doing is we're asking questions and we refuse to forget. And they've done everything but show us in its entirety. They've done everything but show us sincerely that they really do want to bring in a government of national unity. Everything that they've done, the utterances of their, Mr. Ononuga very recently referred to the obedience as sons of blankety blank blank. And that was quite traumatic because you would expect somebody in his early 60s to behave better, to do better. You see, very recently, Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, running to Washington to go and call for the arrest of Dr. Yusuf Deti Baba Ahmed, for the arrest of Peter Obi. And I'm wondering, why are they always so ill-advised? Why go to, let me tell you a story. Recently, I listened to Chief Emeka Anyoku at a lecture in Lagos. And I was one thing I took away from the thing he said was that he was now being given an appointment and he had to meet with the president of the time, late President Shehu Shagari. And he said that the president said to him, I know that you have been always speaking against my government, and he said, let him take a leaf from Winston Churchill, where he said, Winston Churchill said, every time he was abroad, away from home, he would always, restrain himself from speaking against his home government. He would not speak against the British government in any form or fashion. But every time he came back home and he was on British soil, he would now, make up for lost time. That's how a government should be run.